Rap World back again. It is the tag team of two, the two-man crew, Country Rap Report, coming back at you again with some country rap music videos. Yours truly, Vic XL.
What up? What you do, Spank?
All right, man, we're going to get into it. But before we do, I want to say welcome to all our first and last time viewers, man. I definitely appreciate you guys for taking the time out and on these YouTube streets, in these world of bloggers, to just check us out and give us some more of your time. We definitely love you guys. Thank you all and appreciate y'all giving us the opportunity to enter your ear hole and your vision sockets for a few moments a day, or however often you check the show out. At least every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right, second, got to say one time for Miss Heather, who definitely got us looking like money. Look like money. Walk like money. Talk like money. All right.
We're gonna get an infringement one day. It's gonna be on you, fam.
Hey, man.
It's gonna be on you.
One time for her for just helping us take it to the next level. Can't say thank you enough for you taking the time out to deal with two knuckleheads. That can't be easy, having grown kids. It can't be easy. All right, so, man, let's get to it, man. Let's do what we do. First of all, I need that you introduce yourself. What the fuck am I doing?
I did. I said what up.
You said
I did.
Say this Spank.
I said, what up? What you do, Spank? That's it.
So I got to ask you, if you were a porn star.
If I were a porn star, okay. That's a difficult question. We're going to start there. All right. Spank. No, that ain't a good porn star name. No. It'll be like, no, I ain't even gonna go into that. No, no.
Let's do it. What would you know? What my porn star name would be?
What?
Nemo Hose.
Nemo. Nemo Hose. Oh my God! I can't participate. No, sir. No, because my wife edits these videos, so there will be two shoes I'm about to catch from across the road.
Well, you're about to catch one. Because I think there'll be things I think about saying when I'm alone in my head, and I'm like, you know what? I always say I ain't gonna say that shit, but I always say I end up saying that shit. So I was thinking, and the reason I'm talking about this, I was thinking the other day, like, God damn, did our wives give us these names? Like, did your wife name you Spank? Did my wife?
Absolutely not.
Did my wife name me XL?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
The stuff that goes on in my head, bro. Drinking and smoking is not good for everybody. Obviously, it don't mess. Because I was literally thinking, like, damn, we really got some names that could be kind of misinterpreted, like XL, Spank. If we had another,
that's your dirty mind, fam. That's you.
Hey, when they how grandpas think, man. That's how
grandpa.
Yeah. So look, I gotta shout some people. Can I shout somebody out?
Sure, why not?
I gotta shout out Lil TJ and Big T, my favorite country rappers of all time. I gotta shout them out. They are therapy.
Ain't no wrong with that.
Yes, gotta shout them out, man. So if y'all get a chance, man, look up Lil TJ and Big T. All right, man, let's get into it. You thought I was gonna say something bad. I did. I see you bracing yourself.
I tensed up just a little bit. Like, oh shit, what is he gonna say?
No, them my girls, man. Y'all keep doing your thing. All right, man, let's start off. Let's get it. All right, first up, this is an artist who definitely been doing his thing for a while. A lot of you guys might not know. A lot of you guys might check his music out and think he's not country rap. But guess what? We're going to introduce him to the country rap world, those who might not know him. First up is Mr. Chris Webby. And the name of this joint is Narco, and it features Millyz. All right. I gotta say, when this record first came on, those Spanish guitars, and it's probably a name, it's not Spanish good. They hooked me in because I am infatuated with the Spanish music culture. I really love it. So I instantly was hooked in by the Spanish guitars and how it came on. And then I began to watch the visual, being a fan of the show Narcos. This video was so on point that I'm like, man, I don't know if this is a major label product, but this video is so clean and storytelling. A good amount of money was spent on this. If not, then they done an awesome job, because this made me feel like a extended clip of the TV show Narcos. So I'm gonna get down to the song. The song is really kind of storytelling format. I definitely like what Chris Webby done with it. And I also like what Millyz done with it. So as a whole, I really, really enjoyed the record visually, lyrically. Nothing in this said anything wrong to me. But those Spanish guitars, those sexy Spanish guitars got me, man. Like, this song is on repeat at my house.
This ain't one that's on repeat at my crib. Just because of the subject matter. But the video was dope. Like, I've never watched Narcos, and I've never heard of Chris Webby or Millyz before I watched the video. I can say that Millyz looks like a rapper and Chris Webby doesn't. Chris Webby looks like probably the dude that's editing the video versus a rapper. But both of them had skills. Both of them brought definitely a level of expertise. I don't think they fresh off the porch. I think they've been doing this for a minute based off of their flow and the way that they handled themselves lyrically and wrote the beats. This was pretty dope. The video was crisp. It's definitely cinematic. I guess I guess it's what they deal with it when you watching Narcos. I don't know. I've seen many other drug dealing movies and drug depictions, and this is the atypical shit that's in it. There was a couple storyline flaws in here that, made me like question what the hell, but it's just some minor shit. Like when the detectives came in, you ain't finna raid no drug house with just two of y'all. And then you definitely not finna, when they was doing the drug deal at the end of it, where the detective showed up and where the note was, that's not the same place. So maybe the detective was in the wrong place. I don't know. But regardless, this is a good visual presentation and a good song. I liked it.
And you know me being the type of guy I am, I love those drug depictions,
Right.
Not saying that's the way I live my life, but I definitely like it. I like, and I'm a firm believer that we don't have enough storytelling in music. And it told, if you don't consider it telling a story, it definitely told an episode.
Of Narcos?
Of a life of a drug dealer.
Gotcha.
So, it's on repeat value. It's definitely on repeat value in my crib. So
the song was pretty decent, and the video did not take away from the song, or vice versa. Like, it was a perfect depiction of the song. I liked it.
And it was definitely one of those songs, in my opinion, that had to have it. That song had to have a good video. To me, what they was rapping about, what they was talking about, it felt good to see it conceptualized through the film, through the video.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, man. Next up is a gentleman that we've spoken about before. We reviewed music by him before. Next up is a gentleman who goes by the name of Token. And the name of this record is Sip. Okay? Okay.
I didn't understand the name of the record in correlation to the lyrics. I still don't understand it. Like, after listening to it, maybe SIP stands for something that he said in the lyrics, but I've watched it many times and I still didn't get it.
I felt like that maybe he was talking about drinking his problems away. I don't know, because I felt the same way, because SIP wasn't in the hook. Unless I missed it, it wasn't in the hook. I don't know, this video was confusing as fuck to me. Like, I didn't really understand why he was getting undressed. Like, I
don't know. Like, it was this the first parter or this like the part 2 of 3, and we in the middle of it. I didn't understand. Video aside, still a good song. He's still a fucking talented lyricist. But when you watch what he's talking about, it didn't kind of correlate. Like, it was like he was having some sort of episode in his head while he was out at a restaurant, and it was like making him hotter, and the hotter it got, he had to get naked. But that's I don't know. I can't relate to that shit. I'm sorry. Like I whatever drugs you taking, fam, like keep that shit for yourself. But I get the talent. The talent level's still there. Like if he's gonna go down this road of storytelling with your talent, then I'm not mad at it. It's just that the visuals were so off-putting from the song that they didn't balance. This video threw me off. This video did not do the song justice, but it also didn't discredit the song because they had nothing to do with each other. Like you could probably play this video on mute and you're looking at this dude like, what the fuck, you know? It ain't got nothing to do with the song. You just see somebody tripping, like he's tripping, like on some bad drugs.
Yeah, and I that's why I kind of related to Sip about drinking maybe, because I really didn't understand. And like I said, it kind of gave me a Spike Lee feel. You know how Spike Lee have in his film, the whole little, and it's like you're in the same spot, but you got on a hat. Then you got, you know, it made me feel like that, and I don't know if that was Token was going for, but to me, the song was just so slow. It was just so slow. It didn't do anything for me. I wouldn't say the song is bad. It was just, you know me and slow music. I just
right.
I almost didn't make it through the entire song just because of the tempo. And the tempo was just slow. The video was confusing, and I'm like, man, I don't know what the hell is going on here. But you know, like we said in another review of Mr. Token, he definitely has skill. He
can rap his ass off.
Huh?
Definitely rap his ass. He can definitely rap his ass off for sure.
And like
I'm still not crazy about the name, you know, but I don't get the name. Maybe there was an interview that I missed about why he calls himself Token. But you know, this is 2021. I'm not tripping. Like this, if this is you, then embrace your you and keep moving forward.
All right, now I also got to say this. Since we're talking about Token, and you know I'll be constantly trolling these cats. IGs. I gotta say one time, and congratulations to Token, man. His mother, who at one point in time was diagnosed with cancer, she's cancer free now. So everybody who prayed and
congratulations,
said positive vibes that way, it all worked out. His mother is cancer free now, and that's always a good thing. Number two, be on the lookout, because as dope as rapper Token is, he's also a video director, and he has a video that he's directing that he won't be in by my man Lil Zane. And he made a post basically with him and Lil Zane getting together. They sent him a batch of records. He picked the record, he shot the video, and he's basically definitely telling the world that Zane is drug-free, alcohol-free, and his music's going to go in a different direction. So I love the fact that Token is getting a bigger look by directing the video for Lil Zane. Lil Zane, not Lil Zane, I'm sorry.
No, I just looked on the credits of this one. He co-directed this one, so this, and that, which made me look at it by you saying that little news tidbit that was thrown out there. I get the Spike Lee correlation though. Maybe he's a fan of Spike's and the work. I didn't think of it that way. I didn't think of it what perspective he was trying to come from. But this is definitely a Spike Lee joint, quote unquote, type of production. So this is, maybe he's a student of Spike. You never know. Or I mean, if he grew up listening to hip hop, he's definitely a student of some of his work for sure. Yeah. But this was a good visual, just kind of weirded me out.
Yeah, like I say, I ain't gonna lie. He on a Balenciaga sweater, which God knows is very, very expensive. But bro, that shit was so goddamn big. Like, bro, look, the entire time I'm watching him before he came out the sweater, I'm like, bro, why do you have on this expensive ass sweater, but it's so big? It looked like a homeless man. Like, it looked like you got this out of a garage sale because it was Balenciaga and you didn't even care about the size.
Well, this type of fashion is, it's kind of with the emo type movement that they're dealing with over in Japan and some parts of China. Like this is, I understood the fashion. I understood what he was trying to go for fashion wise, but I didn't understand the video. Like it was just different parts of this shit. Like really had my head scratching. But at the same time, I'm listening to the lyrics and I want to see that. I want to see what you was talking about in the lyrics. I don't want to see this. Like what you were talking about in the lyrics would have made a great video. Relationship wise, somebody trying to get over a breakup or dealing with whatever the emotional issues with a chick, like that type of thing. But this was not that. So this video If you're a fan of that song, you're probably not a fan of this video. But if you like the video, then you really probably don't give a shit about the song. You just like the video.
Yeah, it's actually two entities, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, and this one I'm glad to see just because of we've spoken of something like this. Next up is a new artist. We never had an opportunity to actually review either of these artists, but next up is JAX featuring Tilley and Alpha. And the name of this joint is Country Flex. The first thing
but before you say anything, is JAX either one of their child? Before I go on my tangent. Okay, because I don't want to break some kid's spirit about all the stuff that I got to say, but just know that whatever I'm saying is constructive criticism. It's nothing personal.
Well, can I go first then?
Yes, you can go first for sure.
Well, obviously, by you saying what you just said is not in line on what I'm about to say. Okay? Obviously, by what the hell you just said, that little intro, we are not in line. So let me, I don't know. Is it the
you want me to go first and then
that's what
you follow it up with the positive? Yeah. Okay.
In the mind, in the psychology world, is it better to build up and tear down or tear down and build up? Which one is better? Because we obviously are not in line right now. And
I'm definitely not going to tear down. It's not a tear down. It's more of a I didn't understand why. That's my perspective. It's okay. Well, there's two other adults in this video, Tilley and Alpha. I don't know if this is one of their kids or he's just somebody y'all trying to build up. But apparently he's a 14-year-old rapper. All right. Tilley and Alpha, this is my first time ever hearing them, by the way. All three of them is my first time ever hearing them. Tilley and Alpha got skills. Like, it sounds like they've been doing a minute too, based off of their flows, because they got certain type of old school flows, like old school rap flows. Not, Curtis Blow, that old, but definitely late 90s, early 2000 flows. Like, they got some No Limit and some Cash Money, those were era of flows in them. They did not teach JAX these flows because JAX off rhythm from day one, like from first syllable he speaks, it is off rhythm. And I don't know why Tilley and Alpha didn't coordinate him or at least keep him in the booth until he got the cadence correct. You can't teach rhythm, but you can teach cadence. Cadence is real easy to teach because it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, when you get the cadence right, you start bobbing your head right, then the rhythm is trying to get in you, but you're trying to catch it. But as a rapper, as you're trying to listen and you're catching these beats, he didn't catch the beat. He never caught the beat. But the rhyme was still in there. So whoever wrote it, whether he wrote it or whoever, I don't care. But the rhyming ability is still there, but he never caught the beat in order for him to be rhyming properly. And that, to me, was a turnoff. Not saying that he doesn't have any skills. I'm not saying that he can't build upon them. But for this to be your first representation to the world, as it was for me, this was not a good way to come out and say, hey, I'm here. I want to do this for real. And I hope y'all appreciate my talent. I appreciate the effort, but I don't appreciate that the other two guys did not help coordinate you and coach you along well enough to where you caught that beat like you were supposed to. Had you caught the beat, then whoever produced this wouldn't have had to drop that drum pattern that they added at the end of your verse to be able to fill out the rest of your verse. They did that because you didn't catch the beat and you left it too early because your flow and your cadence and your rhythm was off. You will learn as you get older and as you start writing more and doing more practice that when you get that cadence at 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and you start bobbing your head and then you start catching the beats. And once you start catching the beats, you know where you're supposed to be emphasizing. You know that what stanzas, your stanzas or your rhymes, where you know how you're supposed to come in and where they're supposed to catch on the beat. This is all teaching. This is a teaching moment for you. I'm not ragging you because you are still a kid and you got plenty of room to grow. This is all to help you get better. Just keep practicing. Practice on your words. I don't know how long it took for you to do all of this in this video. Going forward, do a whole lot of practice and make sure that you got the right cadence and that you're catching the beats when you're supposed to catch the beats. This was a little off-putting for me, and I did not want to be that because I saw it was a kid, and then immediately I paused it. I was like, okay, please don't suck. Please don't suck. I'm not saying that you suck, but your flow sucked. Not that you're doing it and not your level of talent, but when you compare yourself to Tilley and Alpha, the flows are not equal. And this is just me being transparent and honest, and anybody out there that thinks that I'm just ragging on a kid, that is not the fact. The fact is, and you can all listen to it, kid aside, there's still levels to this, and there's still levels to practicing. There's still levels to what your cadence is and how it's supposed to be. There's still levels to the skills of rapping that you have to be. He's on the beginning level with 2 veterans. He's going to stand out versus anybody else that is on this track because he's a rookie. He doesn't get brownie points just because he's a rookie. I'm not giving you a pass just because you're a rookie, because you're on a record with 2 veterans. I am only coming at you saying, get better. This should not be out. This should be something that you should be playing with at home so you can get better, so that whenever you do come out and say, hey, world, this is me and my talent, you're on point. Right now, you're off rhythm.
You ain't shit.
Bro, don't give me that. I know they're going to say that.
There is someone right now saying, you ain't shit. I don't feel that way. But you made me not even want to say nothing because I'm stuck.
No, you can't be stuck. You have to balance me, because I know that you're gonna see the positive and the rainbow in it. And I tried to find it, but the skills weren't there yet. Skills aren't there yet.
Let me tell you why I'm stuck. Have you ever, and I'm sure you have, judged an open mic, talent show, showcase, whatever the hell you want to call it?
Yes.
And you had a terrible gospel singer get up there. But in the room, that gospel singer was in the room with a bunch of drug-selling, bitch-fucking, gun-toting rappers.
Yes. Yes.
And that singer decided to bring Jesus to the party. And somehow, some way, that person won. Because you just can't vote against Jesus.
Oh, no, he's not going to win just because you bringing Jesus. No, sir. That's not. You don't get a pass just because we talking about God. You got to still have the talent.
Well, you're looking at Mr. Hall Pass. Because when I seen that this kid was only 14 years old, and okay, first of all, everything I'm finna say has matter of fact, I probably don't have too much to say about the song. But when I seen that this kid was only 14 years old, and when I went and looked at his social media and seen that this is the only record thus far he's promoted, and I seen that he only had 100 followers, I just like,
I didn't do any of that research.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, he's a virgin. He's a baby. I gotta put on my gloved ears. What I got to say about this is, number one, because you didn't say nothing about the video. I don't have the video. To me, was pretty damn clean for a 14-year-old boy. Not saying he shot it, but somebody, whoever got the people to shoot, definitely got a good film production team crew person. So
they got an okay production. I wasn't crazy about the video. I didn't like that scope type of graphic that they put on it. Like the whole video's shot and it's through that type of scope. I hate that.
I just like, man, he was 14. Now I'm gonna be honest. The funny thing,
why you keep going? We can't mention he's 14. Are we judging the talent? We talking about the talent and the quality. We can't. You don't get a pass just because he's 14, fam. If this was either one of your children when they were younger, I would still be as honest and open as I am right now with this kid, because I want them to get better. I don't want them to be putting out something and people are laughing at them because it's not. It's because it's subpar. I don't want that. I don't want that for him. I don't want that for anybody that is out there, whether you're 14 or 40. Like, there's certain levels to this stuff for you to be taken serious and for people to take you serious. I don't know if anybody would take him serious if they heard this.
Now, I'm going to say this. For Tilley and Alpha, and it's amazing the things you said about them, because you made them appear to be seasoned veterans. And Tilley Alpha has only been in the game a year.
Oh, based on the flow, that is, they got veteran type flows.
Yeah, they've been in the game as a group, recording and dropping music for a year. What I got to say about it is, I actually liked the video. It kind of gave us a day in the life of JAX as a 14-year-old. We needed to see him playing the video game a little bit because we know he played the video game. Ain't no way in the hell he don't.
Right.
I'm not mad at him. I didn't like the riding on the bull scene because it was in black and white, and I didn't know if that was something that was actually shot different, and they felt like they needed to incorporate it. I did like him on the four-wheeler. I did like him fishing. You know what I like least about the record? Because I did notice what you noticed about the cadence. I did notice that. I didn't like the hook. Right. I didn't like the hook. And Tilley Alpha done the hook. So
I actually liked the hook. That was probably one of the main things that I did like about it, that I did not completely go crazy about it when I heard it. Like, it's JAX's song. JAX just needs to practice. That's all.
I don't know if this was a situation where he found Tilley Alpha and got them to feature, which if I'm a parent and I'm working my child, I would definitely go get a feature. I think it's a good introduction for JAX. I don't think JAX and his team should watch this video and think maybe this isn't the career we should pursue, because I see potential. And, you know, especially if he's writing it, because lyrically he wasn't, it was more cadence that was off than the lyrics. I think the lyrics are in pocket.
Agree.
The lyrics are in pocket for, you know, a person of his age. I think it was a decent introduction. The video definitely, in my opinion, helped the song out. If the video wasn't up to the level of what I'm not saying it was a great big budget video, but the video helped it out. The video made him somewhat relatable to me. And, you know, being 14 is hard to relate to a child. So the video made him relatable. I probably would have liked the song better if it wasn't a Tilley Alpha. I would have just rather seen him go for what he know as a 14-year-old. But I think if JAX is marketing his music to his demographic, I think it's a win. And I think if they market him to the next generation of country rap fans, he doesn't need the older guys. It's only a kind of a clout move when he's got the older guys. You feel what I'm saying? But I think he could have gave us a second verse, gave us a couple video scenes, and I think that the song would probably go further. I like Tilley Alpha. I didn't care for the hook, but I felt like he could have got the same amount of mileage alone that he did with Tilley Alpha. I think Tilley Alpha was just a way of getting people who are fans of Tilley Alpha to watch it. And I think that he could build a fan base amongst the kids that don't need Tilley Alpha.
I don't disagree with anything that you just said. I agree.
But again, I did also grade him on the curve because he's 14, and maybe that's not fair. And for the record, if my 14-year-old son was rapping, I think I would wait a long time before I let you hear it.
Let me catch it early so I can help steer it in the right direction. Like, it's all love, fam. It's definitely not any hate, especially for children. I want them to win more so than I want some adults. Because once you hit adulthood, there's certain patterns you're just stuck in, and once you get stuck on stupid, then you're not going to change until you feel like it's necessary for you to change. A child is still impressionable, and they can fix it. They can fix this. It's just a matter of him learning cadence. They both have it. Go and teach him that. But I still stand by what I said. Like, this should not have been something that they released to the public. You could have waited at least 2 to 3 months once he got rhythm, once he got cadence, once he got that flow under his belt to where he can stay on a beat and ride it. Like, he's not there yet. Once he gets there, he'll probably be dope. And then you can start marketing him to that younger demographic, because there is a gigantic fucking meteor-sized hole in this genre for the younger demographic. Like, when that gets filled, and it could be JAX, but anything more fun-loving, giddy-type children demographic subject matter. Like, this is just country flex just rolling around on 4-wheelers out in the mud or just out in the country, that type of shit. Like, that's fine. But I still think you need to tone it down a little bit more, even go younger. Like, do what 14-year-olds do. Like, in the video. I probably would have been more apt to it being some sort of day in the life of him, playing games, running around the backyard, that type of stuff. I know that it is the type of stuff that we review, but I would have been more acceptable of that of a 14-year-old than this presentation of his skill. Like, I would have been accepting of him playing games and watching YouTube videos. My kids do that all fucking day. I get that part, but the flow's just not there yet. But get better, and when you do get better, and you throw another video out, then we'll review it, and you'll still get my professional and unbiased critique.
Now, can you see the marketing lanes for this kid once he gets good?
Absolutely, I can see it right now. I just don't push this out. And there's still got to be levels of it, fam. I'm sorry, like, this is not a good product to be pushing. But there is a fucking hole for a 14-year-old boy or girl or group. Like, what? Yes, the demographics is wide open for that, and the money out there is endless. So all you got to do is just put together the product. Maybe this is them rushing the product out there because they also see that there's a lane for it, and they were just trying to fill it. But I'm not crazy about the product that they presented.
Okay, now before I get to the next one, that leads me to ask this question. So,
Mm-hmm.
Say you see a void. Or say, for instance, as JAX progresses.
Right.
From, say, you're on JAX's team and say they released this record before they got you involved.
Okay.
As he progresses, do you ultimately take this song down? Or do you keep it up?
No, you keep it up because you always show progression. Like, if someone can, because once you gain a fan, that fan will go and look for other shit. So now, if they came in 2023 and JAX is now at a certain level, he would be, if he's 14 now, he'd be 16 then. So whenever somebody jump on his bandwagon at 16, they like him so much that they're going to go and look for the other content. If there's nothing there, then you're not going to get any eyes on that. And they don't mind seeing the progression. They still like you at 16. If they see that you were at this level at 14 or 13 or whatever it is when you came into it, then it's not going to turn them off unless you did something on camera that totally pissed them off. And I haven't seen anything like visually or rhyme wise that would be like, you know what, I changed my mind. I don't want to be a fan anymore. Like that's the delicate part of it. But all artists have to go through that. Like whenever you go in your progression throughout your career, you have to make sure that you are upholding a certain standard, and you don't want to do anything that could deteriorate that level of standard that you've already set for yourself. Like the industry has its own level, but you got your own standard. Like the people that we're about to review next, like there are standards you have to have visually. You have to look a certain way, you have to sound a certain way. Like when you don't meet those are the type of things that could be off-putting, and which is why I was so off on the lyric ability. Like I'm a retired rapper, but I wrote rhymes. I was never a great freestyler, but I'm deep into the culture of hip hop. I respect all of the elements, and rhyming and rap and cadence and flow, like that's real delicate for me. I don't care how old you are. Like if you're not on point with that, then it's a teachable moment. It's not a go sit down and shut up type of thing. Never. It's always on. So, okay, this is how it is. Like what I would do with JAX, I would get some product and put it in front of JAX, and JAX would learn those lyrics. JAX would learn those lyrics to the exact cadence that he heard, because now he's learning cadence. He hadn't learned that yet. Like it's obvious in it because it wasn't here in the display that we got. There's ways that you can teach this stuff, and you can escalate the programming, which is that's all it is, by putting music in front of him or giving him a song and say, hey, you like this song? And okay, well, I'm gonna get the instrumental for you, and I need you to remix it. So now he's got a basis of it. So when he's starting to have writer's block, like that's one of the easiest ways that you can, knock down writer's block. You go and grab somebody else's stuff and you remix it, and by the time you remixed it, put it out, now you got your juices flowing again. So the blockage is over with. Now you can free flow. Like, there's plenty of ways that they can teach this kid or any other kid that is in a certain age demographic so they can be ready for the game. I didn't see where that was done in this part. But hey, this is all a part of artist development. We know artist development has been dead for years. Years. Like, it's labels don't care. Labels just sit on their ass and they find something online. They don't go out to open mics that I used to host for 10 years. They don't go out to microaggression and try to find the best lyricist. Like, they don't do any of that anymore. Like, now it's all online and it's internet based, and they wait for something to cross their path instead of them going out and creating something. JAX is a creative piece. Somebody can mold him into be the star. He could be the next Kid G. Hell, he's only a few years younger. And by the time Kid G's fans are grown up and grown out of his demographic, he can come in and take in his own demographic. Or the 14-year-olds that he now grew up with him like they did with Soulja Boy, and you got fans for life. You got fans for decades. All you got to do is progress and keep putting out music consistently.
Yeah. All right, man. Definitely, hopefully, JAX team is watching and they'll take these words of wisdom and they can use them as fuel and as lessons to help them as they go. This is the one thing I hope, and me and you both have seen this. We've seen a lot of teenage artists who, for whatever reason, stop.
Right.
I've seen bukus. At one point in time, I used to do a showcase called Future Stars, and the only way to get in the showcase, you had to be 18 and under. And out of that showcase, now it's funny, this is a little name drop, but I just thought about it as we're talking. Out of that showcase brought you Miss Mulatto and BRS Cash. But I've done that showcase for a whole year, and I don't think, I go back and look at a lot of the old pictures. And and also we had Ridin Clean, which was an internet radio station geared towards artists 18 and down, which was supposed to be the urban version of Disney Radio. And when I go back and listen and look at all those pictures, just say if there was 100 artists that came through that threshold, I don't think there's 10 still pursuing it. I remember back, there was a girl who had a big record called Tutus and Titty Shoes. Tutus and Titty Shoes.
That sounds familiar.
Her name, I can't even remember her name. But she had
something nine.
I don't know that. You think about Tiana 9. But no.
Yeah.
Titty Shoes, I don't even remember her name. But the record was big. It caught the internet early. She had a lot of views. She was out there. She was only like 8 or 9 years old. And, you know, I think she was primed for stardom. They just had to keep working. And I don't think she does anymore. So my only thing is, guys, JAX, especially you.
Shania,
yes. Shania.
Yeah, Tutus and tennis shoes.
You guys look it up?
I did. I'm on YouTube right now. This was a long time ago, fam. This was 9 years ago. Whoa.
So,
wow.
She used to go around, remember, Smart as You Knew. Cool. Man, Smart as You Knew.
Right.
Cool. Ridin Clean Radio. Future Stars, all that really was one umbrella, but a lot of artists 18 and under came through those entities. I'm saying that,
but you can't. We can't take anything from what we've done now, because even though they didn't get broken through us, we still gave them an outlet for them to be able to practice their craft. And with that, like, not saying that we made Miss Mulatto, because I had nothing to do with it. I only had Mulatto in one show, and it was out here in the hot ass sun in Macon. But on that same show was also King Roscoe, and King Roscoe and Mulatto was on Jermaine Dupri's show, you know, together. So we helped to make them better to get to the point to where they were, where they are now.
No, for sure. They was on the show separate. She won season 1, and Roscoe was on season 2. And you actually had Miss Mulatto twice. You had her in the
twice.
Warner Robins, or where you done the show at the military base, and we brought Mulatto down.
Oh, that's right. This is a long time. See, I'm so old, I forget all of that shit.
And at that time,
this was in Columbus at the military base.
And she was on stage with an artist named VIC. He was at that show. Wow. Artist who now goes by the name of Marley Blue. I think her name was something else at the time, Miss something.
Miss Tiffany, yes.
But yeah. And Marley Blue is definitely still doing her thing. Dope lyrically, but that's not. But anyway, I'm saying all that to say, JAX and JAX's team. The first thing as a artist at 14, you're gonna have a lot of things that's gonna come in your life: video games, girlfriends, all the things you like to do. There's huge opportunities for you. If you just gotta stay 10 toes down, as a lot of people say. No matter whether it's big things or small things, stay with it. Stay with it, man, because the lane for a 14-year-old country rapper, the opportunities are endless, in my personal opinion. The opportunities are endless. So just like an older artist, just stay with it. If you believe in it, if this is not something an adult say, hey, you should rap, if this is something you truly believe in it, stay with it, grow, and your team will gain more knowledge. And I think that JAX will be huge.
I agree.
In my opinion.
I agree.
Now, with that being said, man, everybody who's watching this show, y'all please, and this is something I'm just doing because I want artists to be benefited from the show. Everybody, please go bum rush JAX's Instagram. Official.JaxSmith. JAX Smith. Bum rush his Instagram and follow this kid. And let's all watch this thing unfold and grow. Okay? Official.
I'm following one right now.
Smith. All right? And JAX, whoever's running your social media, we need more about you as an artist. Right now, your social media tagline says, I'm 14 and a musician. We need more depth. So whoever's working with him, you know, feel free to watch this show and inbox either one of us or chop it up. You know, not trying to get any consultation, you know, but hey man, I'll tell you ideas I think you should be doing for a 14-year-old. Because I love when kids win, bro. I love when kids win. I love it.
It's official.JaxSmith.
Yes.
All right, I'm making sure I'm following the right one because I'm
like
in there right now.
JAX, you got your profile picture is blurry. Like, no. We need to see you, brother. We need to see you. All this is part of, you can't look like the average 14-year-old. Even though I know country rap is not about glamour and glitz, you still can't look like the average 14-year-old as you embark on this journey. You got to make yourself look, you got to make yourself make other 14-year-olds want to be on your level. And that's what starts the separation. All right, man. Next up is a guy who is near and dear to me. Okay, this is a friend of mine. He's a personal friend. He's near and dear to me. You might have seen him. We were doing Hip Hop Encounter News together. This is my guy, Graves. And the name of this joint is Foot in the Grave. I'm going to let you start this one off.
I don't have a lot to say about this one, fam. This was more, I don't have any negative to say. Love the video. The cinematography on this shit was fabulous. And wherever they shot it, I don't know if it's a junkyard or just somebody's work yard or just somebody's backyard. I don't know, but it was dope. The only thing I have to say, and it ain't negative, is just this was more of a southern rock feel than it was country rap. Not just in tone, but off of the song and the instrumentation, but their look. They look like rockers. But Graves is definitely rapping. I wasn't crazy about the song, but I didn't hate it either. Like it felt like I heard the hook at least 6 times in the video. So it was real hard for me to differentiate between what the hook sounded like and his verses. I know I heard it multiple times though, but that's all about programming, because you know, this is what programming does. By the end of the song, you should be singing along because you know the damn hook. He almost had me singing along, but I didn't want to sing along. I was really digging the vibe of the entire video. Those leopard boots was on point. Love the hat. Like this was some good shit. They did the right branding. Well, no, it wasn't. They did the right styling for the video. Like whatever they decided to wear and whoever picked it out, there was some good shit. It's atypical for what a rocker would wear, for sure, but not for what a country rapper would wear. But I don't even know if Graves even considers himself a country rapper. He's just rapping and from the country, which is by definition what a country rapper is. But this was a good presentation.
All right, man. The first thing I gotta say is shouts out to Grave. In the second verse, you hear him say, "Still riding dirty." He's still riding dirty. But no, I thought, man, this video, man. See, this video looks big budget to me. This looked like a large amount of money was spent on this video, but it gave me the representation of what I feel like as an artist, Graves is. You know, he's from Indiana. You know, West Devil. Like he's got the automobiles that none of these automobiles really look fancy. All this stuff looks vintage. All these look like Graves might have finished this video and drove his ass to work. I like the cadence the cadence he used, like we've heard in hip hop songs like "Ha" and you know, cause he constantly repeated the steel. Right. Right. I'm not sure what it's called, but that really got me. And I'm just like you with the hook. By the end of the song, I did find myself singing the hook because he done what he was supposed to do. He hooked me in. He sold me on what he was saying, what he was doing. It came across on this screen. And to me, this is one of those records I'll ride to. I might, you know, smoke me a little hookah or something to this type of record. But I think this was definitely a good representation. I agree with you. It gave me an old Southern rock feel. And I don't think Graves considers himself a country rap artist, but I definitely know if the country rap fan base hears Graves, then they will embrace Graves. Because that Southern rock and that country is married somewhere. They're making babies somehow, some way. Yeah. And Graves represents slum American. And a fan of Yellow Wolf would definitely appreciate Graves. Even though they're not nowhere the same, it still gives me somewhat the same vibe, you know, when it comes to the personality of what comes across on screen. Okay. So one time for Graves, Slum American, the whole movement. One time for Indiana. He's definitely up there in Indiana doing his thing. And I don't know if you can tell, but man, Graves is tall as shit. Like Graves is like 6'5", bro.
No, I didn't tell. I mean, the guy beside him must be at least 6 foot then, because I thought they were about average height.
But again, man, this is the first time we've talked about Graves. He has a brand new project, I think, coming out called 6 South. I'm not sure of the release date, but he's definitely working hard. Like us, it appears that he's got somebody on his team now that visually things are looking better, which means he's only going up.
Is the project going to be similar to this, like on the real hard edge, rock edge to it? Yes. Okay. I'm not mad at that.
That's his lane. It's not so much atypical country rap, but it's more slum American.
Okay. All right. He can win with that.
Yeah. All right. So, ladies and boys and girls, that's it. 4. We gave y'all 4 videos. A little quick recap. We had Chris Webby and Millyz with Narco. Man, I love the way that video was shot. Token with Sip. Token, please take that big ass sweater off. JAX featuring Alpha and Tilley and Alpha with Country Flex. Young man, keep doing it. Last, we had Graves with Foot in the Grave, and Graves still riding dirty, and so am I. You got to chime in for the 4 videos for the recap?
I just want to reiterate with the JAX thing. Like I'm sure somebody said the same thing that you said. Probably just cut us off immediately because of me, because I'm ragging on a 14-year-old. That is not the case. I just want the kid to get better. I gave constructive criticism. I'd say the same thing to my own children. Like, this is what it takes for you to get better. And I demand for you to get better, because you're not going to make yourself look bad by half-assing it. Because this industry is brutal, fam. Like, if I'm coming at it with all love. I am trying to give them as much positive critique as possible, because once you go out there and these other folks will be like, man, that shit trash. Like, this is to help build him up to become better. Because the level of hate that's coming after this, when you do get on, they're going to be coming at you with malicious intent. They're going to be coming at you to make you cry or to make you quit. You don't want to get any of that. Like, build all of this shit up now. What, man? I'm being honest. This is the game. I'm not going to shoot
no. Shit. You have not said any. I apologize. I think I set off a chain of events by saying you're not shit. And I think now you're taking that literal. But
oh no, I know that. Trust me, when I was watching it, and my wife was right here with me, and I said, I'm finna probably not be as positive as I need to be, and some people are going to be like, man, fuck him, he ain't shit. Those are my exact words. So what you felt, I already felt before I even thought it, before I even let it be written down from my notes, or before I even said it, because I knew that the product that I was getting demanded for me to be honest in a way that it was going to come off as a hate. And I know it ain't hate. But I know the people that have been watching 50 plus episodes of our stuff, they also know it's not hate. They also know that it's professional criticism for you to get better. Hopefully they take it as that and not as, some sort of bitter old man ragging on a kid. That is not the case. I want all children to be great, to be better than the adults that we currently have, because most of us are shit. But this industry will eat him up. He needs to prepare. So be prepared now. Get him ready now.
I was just laughing because in you doubling back, there were some keywords that you use. I'm like, no, don't use those.
What keywords? What keywords?
Trash, shit.
Oh no, he's not trash. He made an effort. Trash is when you don't make an effort and you claim that you're the greatest. Or trash is when you claiming to be O-Block and you're not. Like those are the trash levels that I don't deal with. Like, I'm not even finna rock with none of that. I just want people to put out their best effort. If this is his best, then fine. But you got to get better, fam. Keep doing it. And you get better by keep doing it.
Well, the one thing I'm going to say is all artists. That's what I respect about Graves and a lot of artists who might not consider themselves country rap. Stay true to yourself and what you do. And that would be my first words of advice to JAX. Stay true to you, young man. Stay true to, like I said, Country Flex, the song title and what it was about didn't bother me. I didn't care for the hook, but I'm cool with him rapping about what he rapped about because he was kind of flexing in the video, And again, just stay true, man. Stay true and stay 10 toes down. Like
the flex came when him even attempting to rap at 14. We haven't seen that at all in the genre. He flexed on all other 14, 15-year-olds and younger. So well done, fam. Now get better with the talent. And now you were able to imagine 6 months from now, he got better and now his level of talent is up to the level of the guys that he had on the record in the feature. Or now he's even in the same breath with Big Poe, or he's in the same breath with Kid G, which is a couple years older than him. Like Kid G ain't rapping no more; he's singing. Like, bro, there's a huge lane for you. But I don't, as it is today, and I'm not saying this in any disrespect. And like you said, if anybody want to reach out, especially with his team, just inbox either one of us or inbox at Country Rap Report. One of us will reply there for sure. But if they want to get better or they want ideas on how to get better with a 14-year-old kid act in any type of music genre, just reach out. I've had experience with it. You have multiple years of experience with it. Like, we're just here to help. This is all constructive criticism to help this young man get better. This is my perspective. It ain't Vic Excel's perspective. This is my perspective on what it would take for him to get better. If you differ and we want to debate on it, just inbox. We can talk about it. Or make your own video and we just go back and forth with the video. However you want to do it. It's up to y'all.
All right, man. Well, let's wrap this thing up. I'm still loving the fact that we have so many videos to talk about and the genre is just really, really growing. And for the most part, everything that's coming out are different pockets and different levels of the representation of what a country rapper could be. So I'm enjoying myself. Yeah. Hopefully the artists are enjoying themselves and hopefully the people enjoying themselves watching. All right, man, before we get up out of here, please mosey your ass on over to www.countryrapreport.com and get familiar. Get familiar. Over there is a 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365-day radio station, WCRR Radio. Check it out and listen to that shit all day, every day. And if you're an artist and you want to submit music to that radio station, because it is a media-based tracking radio station, all you got to do is email us at Country Rap Report, correct?
Correct. Country Rap Report at Gmail or music@countryrapreport.com.
Okay. All right, man. That's all I got.
That's all I have.
All right. It's your boy, Big XL, man. Hey, man. Y'all keep doing your thing. 10 toes down. Big XL, Country Rap Report. This guy here.
It's Spank. Peace.
Peace.